interesting. You came very close to landing the Broadway production of The Color Purple, but you came in second place to Fantasia.
Yes, I was like, did I say that?
Fantasia.
Yeah.
Wow. What was that experience like?
Wonderful.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, at the time, it made me feel sad when I heard I didn't get the job.
Yeah, of course.
And I actually went to go see her in it, and I thought, honestly, I was going to go and be like, this. And I wasn't.
Yeah.
She was phenomenal.
I love
Not
Fantasia, yeah.
good. Phenomenal.
She smoked it, right?
Yes.
That's what's up. That's what you want to see, though. That's
Phenomenal.
what you-
And then it's like,
That's what you want to
yes.
see.
Like, I was just like, yeah.
Because it's
This
nice to
is
hear someone
exactly
like
who
you,
is-
as good as you are and as amazing as you are, to see you lose out to something.
Yeah, but
Because-
I didn't realize, really, because it was
But
like...
but we call it losing out to
Yeah.
something, and it happens to people like yourself, who you all these accolades and all these, these shows that you're on. You actually don't get stuff too. And it's
Yeah.
nice to see that people don't think
And that
that.
was your story prior to getting, I mean, because you had and taken your lumps before getting it. In fact, you almost, before you even got to Orange is the New Black,
Yeah.
you were almost about to quit acting.
I quit that day.
You quit that day.
The day I got that job, I quit that day.
Yeah, that day that you got the job, what was that like? Because you were 20 minutes late to the audition.
Yeah, I was 20 minutes late to another audition.
Oh, another audition.
Yes, that day. I had auditioned for Orange a couple weeks prior.
Okay.
Didn't hear anything, didn't think anything about it, whatever. And went to another audition, was 20 minutes late. And I had just been spending, I don't even know how many auditions. Well, the truth of the matter is, the real truth is, I had not ever auditioned for film and television prior to that summer because I didn't see myself in it. I didn't see space for myself in that world. So theater felt like a safe haven because it felt like a place where people with their unique set of skills, island of misfit toys, people could exist there. I felt like I had room, there was room for me there. So all of a sudden I met this manager who told me I should come and start auditioning for film and television. And I was getting told no, left and right. No.
I know, man.
No, right? So I went to the audition for Orange, didn't think of it. It was a series of no's that I thought in line. I go to this audition 20 minutes late, and it just on that day was enough. I walked out and I said, you were really great in that audition. I said this to myself. I was like, you were really great in that audition, Uzo, but you're not going to get it because you were 20 minutes late. And this is the universe telling you this is not for you. And I cried from all 3 transfers in New York to my stop, Queensboro Plaza in Queens. Shout out Astoria.
I used to live in Long Island City.
Yes, nice.
Well, back then it was all right. Go ahead.
And I cried the whole way. And I remember saying to myself, I'm done. I quit. I'm giving it up. I actually said I'm giving it up. And I didn't realize I was giving it up.
Wow, you did.
And I said, my parents always thought I'd make a really good lawyer. I said, God, if you can make a way for me to go to law school, I will go. And I called my sister. I ordered some sushi, some wine. I told her told myself I was gonna tell her when she came over. Put my phone on my dining room table or coffee table, whatever. 5:43 p.m., my phone rang. It was my agent and manager at the time calling me to say, hey, do you remember that audition you went on for Orange is the New Black? I said, yeah. They said, remember the part you auditioned for? I said, yeah, the track star. They said, right. Well, you didn't get it. And I was like, okay,
Thanks.
so thanks. Now I'm leaving right at the right time. We're now calling actors to tell them when they don't get jobs. Like, this is great. I'm leaving. And they said, but they'd like to offer you another part.
Offer you another part.
And I was
Sweet.
like, what? I had never been on screen a day in my life. And that was my first.
I didn't realize
Damn.
that was your first one. This special moment when, we talked about Fantasia earlier and you losing out to Fantasia. But then this comes around in a different way when you were casted, as Glinda, the Good Witch, in NBC's staging of The Wiz.
Yes.
There was a lot of media attention about you beating out Beyoncé Knowles. How,
Y'all.
because and clearly, singer, actress, we get that, but then there's the name, and so the media attention, they grab onto the name.
Sure.
What did what did you think about that experience? And I was like, oh wow, how did that make you feel in that moment?
I loved doing that project. I loved that project. I loved every minute of doing that project.
Yeah.
You know, getting the opportunity to sing, something I hadn't done for a really long time. I was excited by the grouping and the director, Kenny Leon, who I love, Queen Latifah, Mary J. Blige, people who I absolutely adore, David Allen Greer.
David.
That is my guy, you know, just the things like this, where Neo, like exciting group of people working. Exciting group of people working. On that other front, that isn't even something that I give
Yeah.
weight to, because here's what. She has one name for a reason, because she's our queen.
Yeah.
I love Beyonce.
Yeah.
She's our queen.
Yeah.
So that is...
Have you ever had a chance to meet her?
I have not.
Yeah.
I've gone to her shows many times, but
Yeah.
I love her. I think she's absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic across the board.
No doubt.
Has been, had been like
Yeah.
DC3. I've been a fan.
Yeah.
You know, so I think she's the best.
You were nominated for an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series for The Residents.
Oh, yeah.
And it was after they.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
She's like, after they came, then they.
That's a lot of emotion. What was the
Wow.
emotion in that feeling, the timing and all of that when it comes to The Residents being nominated and then obviously having the cancellation?
Yeah, you know, I feel so grateful. When I think about this nomination in particular, and it's not to say that I haven't felt this way in the past, because I have, but you know, acting, you know this, you are a professional athlete, is a team sport. You know this as an actor.
No doubt.
Right? In entertainment. It is a team sport.
Yeah, it
I
is.
was funny because even when I was in college, it'd be so funny. I'd go to hang out with my teammates and I'd go into, you know, the art school and people would be like, I don't want to go with you to that party. Those are jocks there, terrified, you know, and I'd be like, you guys are the same. You don't even know. You're all
Right.
Same discipline that it takes to do what you do. So it's a team sport. And this entire company, from front of camera to behind camera, whether it's our sets, who Francois designed phenomenally, who I have to shout out, who was also nominated, from our score that Mark composed, to every actor in our show, from Susan Kelechi Watson, Edwina Finley, Andre Brower, Giancarlo Esposito, Julian McMahon, my beloved and lovely friend Randall Park. Every single person lifted that thing up to make it everything that our show creator and writer, Paul William Davies, wrote. Excellent. It was a lot of work, you know, and so to be recognized, when I think about it, I feel like that's that was for the show, really, you know, for everybody's work that they did in it. Because when I look at that character, even, I can't look at her and not see the hair department's design there from Edward and Roxy. I can't see the makeup of Janice Kinjo. I cannot not see the costume designing by Lynn Paolo. I can see all the parts that came together, kind of bringing it back to that conversation we were talking about, the code switching of it all, like the sum total of the work and the experiences that made that come together there. It was not mine alone, you know, and it would be foolish for me to even pretend or say that it was, because it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's another 154 conversation in the books. We are bridging culture back to its roots.
From Africa to the world, we're telling stories our way.
So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share your voice in the comments. This is 154.